What's going on, guys? It's Morton's Castle. I'm trying to establish the channel with a Donkey Kong Country focus, and for that reason I'm going to specifically look at the Donkey Kong characters when analyzing Spirits and Spirits mode for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And we got a big one to note as Dixie Kong was shown off as a Spirit during the Direct. As she's the most important Donkey Kong character to be a fighter after King K. Rool in my opinion, and a very influential character overall to my gaming life, I really want her to be in Super Smash Bros. It's been said that there will be 5 more DLC characters. Amongst really big names, Dixie might not stand a chance to make it, and I'm unsure if her position as a Spirit allows her to be upgraded to a DLC fighter or not. However, I'm going to campaign for her and hope for her, and that starts today. So if you want Dixie in Smash, let me know because we're all in this together. And I'm not too concerned with DLC right now. I'll make videos on that in the future. But right now, the name of the video and the game mode is Spirits. When I first watched the Direct, I was very confused about Spirits as it has a lot of technical aspects. Nonetheless, it was all interesting. I've rewatched it a bunch of times to pick out Donkey Kong stuff to analyze, and I have a better grasp on what Spirits are. My understanding is that the story of the game is supposed to be our own. While the Subspace Emissary had a very linear story with a highly structured plot, it seems that World of Light and Spirits are more open-ended. There's a beginning with a cutscene we got, and probably an ending one as well. I wouldn't be surprised if certain bosses have cutscenes too. For the most part, it seems to be an open-ended map with exploration at your own pace. You rescue fighters you want to rescue and team up with people that you want to team up with. As Sakurai said, Spirits function as a way to make your personal story bigger. It lets you add characters that aren't in the game as fighters to your own plot. That's kind of cool. Like I said, I was confused at first, but now I'm growing on the idea. After all, Ultimate is on the Switch. It's a portable console, and all these technical elements and RPG map stuff will be pretty comfortable to do while laying in your bed or in the backseat of a car. While just the normal Smash mode is what you obviously do on your TV. Now let's get into this. There are primary spirits and support spirits. Primary spirits are spirits of characters that basically inhabit Smash roster fighters, and you can basically fight them. Support spirits are side characters that buff up the primary ones. The best example for a support one, for DKC to be specific, is the Animal Buddies. It's confirmed that Ratley from Donkey Kong Country 2 is a support spirit, and he buffs jump height. I'll get more into that in a minute, but so primary spirits can either be your allies or enemies. You can either fight them or work with them, it seems. And they come in tiers of Novice, Advanced, Ace, and Legend. So there's different ranks and strengths of them. And you can level up your own spirits, and some unique spirits have enhanced, kind of evolved forms. And ironically, Dixie was the one that showed this off. When she gets enhanced, she has Kiddy Kong as an ally. Cranky Kong is a primary spirit. The Direct shows this off to explain spirit battles, which, like I said before, you can pit your spirits against each other or fight with them or fight against them and whatnot. Spirit battles, basically. So Cranky Kong's spirit inhabits Captain Falcon, and Cranky is an ace spirit, basically the 3rd tier out of 4 tiers. So he's pretty good. A later shot reiterates that Cranky is a primary spirit and that he can be buffed with supports if you had them. It shows that Cranky has a stat, which is speed. I think this is awesome because in the original Donkey Kong Country games, Cranky Kong always claimed to be able to beat the game incredibly fast and roasted you for basically being too slow. He also had the highest records for the time at the end of the game. In Tropical Freeze, outside of Funky mode, Cranky Kong is also the best Kong for speedrunning. You can move around incredibly fast with him and his cane, so I think it's perfect that his stat as a spirit is speed. Captain Falcon is one of the fastest characters on the Smash roster, outside of Sonic, so it's a decent body for Cranky's spirit to inhabit. A quick scene also shows that Claptrap is a spirit. It says primary, but the shot doesn't have support options like Cranky's did, so I wonder if Claptrap is a support spirit. Claptrap's stat effect is weight, which I presume makes it harder for you to be knocked off the stage if this is applied. As we know, Claptrap is also an assist trophy. The moon from Majora's Mask is also a spirit, and also assist trophy. So this tells us that spirits can serve other roles in the game, outside of being a spirit. This makes me hope that Dixie Kong, as a spirit, can eventually become a DLC fighter later down the line. We don't get a lot of information on Dixie compared to Cranky, but we get confirmation that she's a spirit. A primary one because you can level her up. When she hits max level, she'll enhance/evolve and get Kitty Kong as part of her spirit, I guess. I made a video a while back on called "How Dixie Can Carry Kitty into Smash," and this isn't what I meant by that, but the principle is basically the same. Dixie Kong is representing DKC3, and basically she's bringing Kitty Kong into Ultimate in some way. So basically, I wonder if she's a primary spirit that you battle. I wonder if when she's enhanced, if it'll be like a pink Diddy Kong and a blue Donkey Kong to represent Dixie and Kitty, or if it's just one, or if it's just like a Dixie thing that you fight, and then like if she has Kitty, she's just stronger. I'm not sure how that'll work. But I basically also made a video called the Cranky Kong Conspiracy that said that Cranky and Dixie were both going to be in the game in some form. Trophies were probably inevitable, but they've been changed to spirits. So they're still here, and they're kind of together, and they were both shown off quite a lot. Now, we don't know what Dixie's... we don't know what Dixie's stat boost is, and I don't want to guess at what it is, because she could probably have like a... I don't know. Maybe something to do with aerial game. But she, like I said, she'll probably inhabit. I don't know what spirits do. Do they inhabit or represent? She'll probably be in Diddy, if that makes sense. So instead of being an Echo, she could actually function with his moves in Spirits mode. So I think that's probably why Diddy's tail move got removed. Not because Dixie was going to echo him, but because Dixie's spirit will be functioning within Diddy's moveset in this mode. And for that reason, I think Diddy Kong probably still has his pink alternate skin, as previously mentioned. Interestingly, we get brief confirmation that Karate Kong is a spirit, inhabiting no one other than Sheik. He also could be buffing Sheik as just like a support spirit, but I think from this shot, Karate Kong is a primary spirit that is inhabiting Sheik. I don't know. Anyway, Karate Kong totally shocked me, as he's from Donkey Kong, not Donkey Kong Country. He's from Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, and I feel like not a lot of people acknowledge that game. I could be totally mistaken from that, but what I tell, the original 2 DKC games and then DK64 get all of the love, well, like 3 and like Returns and Tropical Freeze, while really good kind of get like, I don't know, I guess not looked at as much. Same with Jungle Beat. But Jungle Beat's awesome. I love all the games. And Jungle Beat was a fun part of my childhood. So Karate Kong is pretty fucking awesome. Like, he's one of the coolest bosses from that game. I'll put some footage of him up. I would have said that he could have inhabited DK as Dixie Kong, but Sheik has the ninja moveset, so I guess that makes sense for him to inhabit. He could be buffing her as a support, but he kind of looks like primary. I'm not sure. It's still kind of confusing, but I'm trying to like figure out what's going on here. But basically, seeing Karate Kong makes me wonder if we'll also see Dread Kong and the other Kongs from Jungle Beat. It also makes me wonder if we could see Chunky, Lanky, and Tiny as spirits. Could Chunky Kong inhabit like a DK? For some random reason, I can see Lanky Kong inhabiting Luigi, because Luigi's kind of goofy. As mentioned at the beginning, Radley is a confirmed support spirit, and he gives the primary spirit a jump boost. We also have confirmation that Rambi is a spirit, and it isn't known if he's primary or support, but I would assume support. He's an animal buddy and kind of fills the role of boosting a fighter's stats. I bet we'll also see Unguard. I'm actually surprised that Ratley is in, as he's more obscure. Not really, as like DKC2 is super famous, but Nintendo usually only caters to the first game of a series. And Unguard seems like a more likely pick, as he's in all 3 games. But I'm glad Ratley's here, because DKC2 is my favorite game, and he's a really fun animal buddy. But I think we'll probably see all of the animal buddies as support spirits, so they'll probably bring in Unguard, Espresso Squitters, all of them. Some of the spirit battles you can meet are also shown in the Direct. One of them is King K. Rool representing the Bokoblins from the Legend of Zelda series. I think this is really cool, because I like Zelda and I like Bokoblins. And it's an interesting comparison to make, like a bunch of little tiny red King K. Rools running around. It's kind of funny. And then Sakurai, he really wants us to use our imagination for this story mode and kind of like make our own story. I think that there's like a nice aspect to it. Like, if I was still a kid, I think it'd be like really awesome. And to some degree, we're all kind of kids at heart. So it's just kind of cool to like, I think, actually like imagine, kind of see these possibilities. Spirits does kind of have some flaws, but at the same time, it is kind of cool, and I'm interested to see how it plays. King K. Rool represents a lot of stuff in this game. It looks like they showed that he represents the imprisoned from Skyward Sword, And that made me really hyped because I love Skyward Sword. It's actually my favorite Zelda game. um, and then I wish Gurahim was a playable fighter, but he's an assist trophy. However, like I don't even think that matters anymore because in the Spirits mode, you can fight him as the assist trophy, and K. Rool representing the imprisoned, and that's like awesome. Like that's actually something I really want to use my imagination, and I want to do that fight. Like I'm glad that was shown off. Um, and then in this particular shot, there's a Kyogre spirit that is buffing K. Rool's shield stat, and I think that's what's going on, and not that K. Rool is a blue K. Rool is representing Kyogre, even though that could be the case. It just looks like Kyogre is a support spirit. And then finally, King K. Rool might be representing Wart in this shot, the big frog guy, but he's probably being buffed. I can't imagine Isabelle representing a tree, and I have a pretty good imagination. But anyway, that's all, folks. Comment down below if you found any of this insightful or if you spotted something different. If you want Dixie, holler. We gotta be vocal if we want Nintendo to put her in Smash. Her DLC could easily coincide with the next DKC title if DLC runs through 2020. But she's going to be competing with big names from third parties like Banjo-Kazooie, and I think probably Dovahkiin from Skyrim. That sounds like a weird, wild theory, but Bethesda talked to Nintendo about Smash, and they're kind of buddy-buddy. They're like putting games on each other's consoles. Dovahkiin would sell like pancakes, as Skyrim is immensely popular. Dixie's a small girl in the midst of big names, but we can get her in if we try hard enough. I'll talk more about that later, as well as whom going to main in future videos. What spirits do you want to see? Have a good day.